All right, we are live. It is Travel Tip Tuesday, and today I have Christina Franco, who works with Hampton Inn, and I'm super excited to have her on. We're going to talk about, hotels and how that industry has been impacted during this whole coronavirus. There's a lot of different changes going on in the real estate, in the travel industry, and I know that so many people are interested in hearing about it, and thank you so much, Christina, for being here to share with us a little bit about what's going on.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here tonight.
Absolutely. Before we get into the nitty gritty stuff, tell us about your experience in the hotel industry, how long you've been doing it for, and yeah, just a little bit about you.
Great. I'm Christina Franco. I am with the Hampton Inn and Suites in Stuart, Florida. We are currently a 102-room hotel, 34 suites. We have one meeting space that, normally would hold up to 30 people. So right now, with everything the way it's going, 7.5.
I like that.
There we go. We were remodeled probably about almost 4 years ago. Very modern, very updated. We have some great amenities. Our pool is currently open, and our fitness center is also open. We have a business center that's open 24 hours for the traveler or the worker that needs to have things printed out or needs to do some work later on at night, forgot their laptop. So it's a great asset for them. The only thing right now on hold is our breakfast. We used to have the great buffet breakfast where you hand make the waffles. Right now, Hilton is kind of redoing that a little bit, and we're doing to-go bags, which consist of water, a snack, some type of fruit. So that's a great little thing to take with you in the morning, keep you going.
No, that's great. I actually have a question about that. I had talked to someone last week. We had someone on who was telling us a little about the cruise industry and domestic travel and such. And she was talking about how some of the cruise lines are going to be stopping continental breakfast or buffets in general, just because of the contamination and such like that. So is there any changes in the hotel industry with that, or are they going to continue with that trend?
I think personally, I know Hilton's working on it. We did get a note about it today. They're going to go a different way. I think what they're going to do is do more of like a grab and serve. Either you can have the meal served to you by one of our breakfast attendants, or what we might go up to, we might step it up from a granola bar or just a donut in a bag to maybe like doing an egg sandwich. And then we'll have the microwave there where you can heat up. It's an actual egg, ham, cheese type sandwich, crisp sandwich, and go with that. So at least you have a hot sandwich, some type of protein in there.
Absolutely.
Instead of just, it's a challenge, and that's something we have to work out. We still have coffee, which is a good thing.
Hey, that's all business people need. They don't need anything else. They only need coffee. Right? Or at least that's what they would say, right?
Exactly.
That's funny. So tell us a little bit about what have you seen in the past few weeks? So when Corona first started, how has the progression kind of been up until today with hotel occupancy?
Right now, I can tell you, as of March 16th, that's pretty much where all the cancellations started rolling in, and everybody just putting their not only their careers or their jobs, but the whole lives on hold.
Mm-hmm.
We did get a lot of March, I think the rest of March was it was like a fog because you couldn't believe I'm a hotel, has 102 rooms. I run at 98, almost 99% capacity. And you go to work the next day and you're at like 8. So It was a big shock, a big adjustment. I am happy to say Saturday night we were at 91%. Thank you. And now it's just everybody just either getting away, couples getting away for a weekend, which was nice to see. But yeah, the downturn was incredible. Right now we are moving up. We're up to 40, 50%. A lot of changes in the hotel itself.
Mm-hmm.
We wound up just stripping everything down. You actually had to start, I would say the best way is from the basics, stripping everything down, rewashing everything. You had to actually divide it into areas where, you're actually cleaning and going through, where you take for granted not mopping the floor one day. You either get really busy at the hotel and you're like, oh, it's okay, we'll mop tomorrow. Well, now we're mopping twice a day.
Exactly. Definitely trends are changing with that, I'm sure.
Exactly.
But you have to adapt and overcome, because if you don't, then, what are you doing? Yeah, you have
to. There's a table up front for 6 feet distancing. There's tape on the floor. I'm sure many of you have seen the 6 feet, the round disc. It's almost like you're playing a game, but those are getting installed next. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
You're down to the bare minimals.
Yeah, you have to be. I mean, in adapting to those circumstances, though, I mean, it's just going to make people feel more safe in general. How have you been noticing the people who actually are coming? I mean, you said your capacity is up to like 40% now. That's almost halfway.
Yep.
How is that, how have the people who have been coming been?
It has been a wide range of people. And of course, you respect their privacy. A lot of people are just coming in to visit their elderly parents. A lot of people are coming in just to get away for the weekend. And it's hard. You have people that come in with gloves and masks and, a shield on one of their faces if somebody had on. And that's their preference. We understand. We do have gloves. We do have masks at the desk. Anything to make you feel comfortable. You're the guest. And then you have people walk in like it was just last year and they're just happy and free and they're looking more to get away and not to have to listen to this on the TV or the radio or see it anywhere around.
Absolutely. I completely understand that. I had to get away myself a few weekends ago when things were starting to open back up, and I took a random road trip to Tennessee, just so I could go hiking.
There you go.
I mean, I wasn't going any like crazy place or anything, but yeah, I completely get having to be out there. But it's interesting to hear that you've had a range of people, but ultimately, I'm sure that they feel safe in that environment. So with the protocols coming into place, and some of the people that I've interviewed in the past, talking about masks and how those are going to be required in some instances. Is that going to be required when going to a hotel? Are you going to be required to wear a mask or anything along those lines?
With our hotel, we're doing a lot of, we're actually partnering up mid-June with Lysol, and that's the Hilton Corporation. So every room that you'll go to will actually have a 2-part sticker that you have to break, that room has been cleaned, sanitized for your protection. So if you want to use a mask in the lobby, that's fine. We have no problem with that. Once you're up in your room, they are sanitized, they are clean, so they should have no problem feeling on edge at all.
Absolutely. That's good. And that Lysol aspect, that's a big brand, and
yes,
that's really great to hear that you guys are partnering with them.
Definitely.
So you said it was a 2-part sticker. So what is that on the door? So
it's
like
on the actual, well, like one side's on the door, the other part's on the jamb. So there's, I'm sure, a perforated line. We haven't seen the actual stickers yet, but you actually open, when you open the door, it's been sealed, it's been done. All the proper protocol and checklists that we follow have been done and turned in for that room.
Absolutely. I like that. That's cool. And that gives you a sense of safety too. So
definitely it does. Yeah.
Talking about the amenities that hotels have, is there anything else? Like, do you guys have a bar in your hotel?
We do not have a bar. We don't have a liquor license.
Okay.
But we give a lot of business to Total Wine next door.
Hey, that's a great way. You can just go get Total Wine and then go back to your room.
That's my plug.
Who needs a bar? That's what we've been doing the past 2 months. What are we Oh, that's so funny. So what about your staffing? Has staffing changed a lot due to COVID-19? What's going on
Um,
with that?
we did have to furlong 90% of our group. But now with things building up and things getting better and progressively better, we do have now housekeepers coming back on staff. There are housekeepers, they've been trained since the beginning of day one when, of course, they took the job. There are even more intense cleaning steps that they go through, as far as cleaning the room, stripping the beds, just making sure we're taking those extra precautions before they even walk into a room. It gets all sprayed down with Lysol. So, and
Awesome.
what they'll do is they'll spray it, go to the next room, spray that one, and then come back to the other room. So it's a little bit of time to settle, a little time to get it, you know, in the nooks and crannies per se.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if
So,
you go ahead, sorry.
no, well, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, for those of you who are watching live, if you're not watching this live right now, feel free to ask any questions for Christina or me. We'll be happy to answer them. So just wanted to throw that out there if anybody has any specific questions. What have you seen happen with prices due to COVID and everything? Is that impacting it?
Right now, to be honest with you, we're actually out of season. Our hotel season here on the Treasure Coast is January, February, March. So normally anywhere from April down to December, our prices would be lower. It's our off season.
Okay.
I've noticed personally with our hotel, third party, Expedia, hotels.com has got some great deals out there. Plus just calling into the hotel. If you call in to me, I can definitely work on some prices for you depending on what you need. You need a weekend getaway? We definitely have some great specials going on at the hotel as well.
Great. I love that. So you guys got to call Christina to get those deals. Oh, that's awesome. So I had some people who had asked me some questions just about hotels in general, before this live. And one of which was, how can you describe, like, if there's a difference going to a hotel that's by a highway or, maybe a few miles in, if there's a difference in safety or, if there's any pluses or minuses that come with that, being closer to the highway?
One of my dear friends runs actually the Marriott out by 95. And I always laugh anytime it rains because she gets those people that come right off the highway. I know with my hotel as well as her hotel, we're very safe. We do lock the doors about 10 o'clock. You have to have a key to come in. It's up to preference. What brand preference you like. With Hilton, you can get your Hilton Honors. I'm sure with Marriott, I do believe they have their Marriott Rewards. Her hotel is just as nice as mine, to be honest. The whole highway thing, it depends. If you're a traveler, you need to get up early the next morning. She's right next to 95. If you want the location, and I'm really love the way because I'm centrally located downtown Stewart. I'm literally, if you don't catch the red light, 8 minutes to the beach. We got a great downtown Jensen as well, and I'm 5 minutes from the mall. So it's actually, hotels nowadays are more inclined to the security of the guest.
Absolutely. And kind of leading into that, are there any tips or practices that you have for like solo travelers, with everything going to hotels?
Yeah, I think the best thing is it's just common sense. How you have your valuables near you. Don't leave anything valuable in the hotel. You now will see nowadays a lot of the hotels do offer safes. We do have one at the main desk, which you hold the key, we hold the key. So anything that you do have that's of value, you could put in the safes at the hotel. Just make sure your door, and here's a big thing, always closes and locks behind you. It's the simplest thing. Sometimes they're self-closing and you think they're closed, but they're not.
Absolutely. Yeah. And that makes sense. I travel quite frequently and a lot of times I'm traveling alone, and it really is just common sense. A lot of people are afraid to travel. And I understand that, but at the same time, something bad could happen to me if I walk outside right now. You know what I mean? So it's
you should never be afraid to travel.
Exactly. No. You shouldn't be afraid to travel. You shouldn't be afraid to get out of that comfort zone, because that's where where you grow, is when you go outside of your comfort zone. I preach that all the time. And it's funny because a lot of the travel that I like to do, I love the US and I want to go to every state at some point, but I love Europe too. So I've actually traveled Europe more than I have the US. And, doing that, it's funny because when I traveled to Portland, Oregon, all the way on the other side of the country, on our country, and people didn't blink an eye. They were just like, oh, okay, great, you went to Portland. I'm like, I don't know anybody over here. I'm 7 hours from home. But it's I go, the same way, the opposite way over to Europe, and people are like, oh, don't get taken.
You should never be afraid to travel. Travel is one of the wonderful things you can do, especially to stay at a Hilton. We do. You got the double locks on the doors. We have cameras. We have a course that we have to go through as managers and as front desk attendants for privacy. Your privacy is safe with us. Nobody, and especially we get a lot of women that just need to get away from their husbands from a night, or just people. I know, right?
I hear you. I don't even have one, and I need to get away from him.
But you'd be, it's funny. You'd be amazed at how many people are just like, don't tell anybody I'm here. Whether they're kidding or not, that's what we do.
That's funny. You guys are their secrets. Their secrets.
Yeah. I got the secrets of the town.
They're yeah, I'm out of town for business. I'm really just at the hotel pool with my, Total Wine.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. That's great. Oh, wow. Is there anything else that's pertinent to the hotel industry that you'd like to put out there for everyone?
I just think, I know everybody's afraid of traveling right now. Please, if you're coming to my hotel, especially, don't hesitate to call me. We are following all the proper protocol. Hilton has put out a 19-page book, just so everybody knows what's going on. I know a lot of people hear a lot of different stories, a lot of different things that have come up. Do not be afraid to travel. Also, too, we are running a summer special. Please feel free to get in touch with me. Hilton and American Express had gotten together.
Okay.
And they're offering 1 million rooms to the frontline people. So it's been great to see some nurses come in from Orlando. We had an EMT guy come in from Tampa. You get a free room. Yeah, you can get up to 7 days. And it does expire the 31st. So I know there's not much time left on it. But just to put it out there, too, in case you haven't heard about it, it's a great program.
Wow, so you said up to 7 days?
Up to 7 days you can stay, yep.
Wow, that's pretty great.
And it was great. It's for the frontline people that need that rest, that need that break. I mean, I know being a single mom, I'd like a break from the kids right now.
I hear you. Oh, that's funny. So you were about to say something else, sorry, and I cut you off. Is there?
Oh, no, that's okay. But we're just, don't be afraid to travel. Like I said, when in doubt, please pick up the phone and call. I will go over everything on the checklist with you. I've already have several people calling wanting rooms for hurricane season. So, yeah, June 1st, there we go.
Here we are in Florida. We thought we were safe from Corona. Now we got the hurricanes to think about.
And yes, news media, please tell them that it's still going to be a bad year. Thank you. These poor old ladies today were like, oh my goodness.
We already know it's a bad year. 2020, let's just erase 2020 from the books in just general.
Come on, bring on a hurricane. We're good.
We're good. We just dealt with a worldwide crisis. We're good.
It only makes you stronger.
Oh, that is so funny. Oh, yeah, no, and I think that anybody who's out there who is, cautious about going out and traveling, please, don't be, like Christina said, great tips, and just, that's why I wanted to start this, because I wanted to make sure that people understood, well, one, sometimes people are already afraid of traveling, right? So it's already kind of a fear of getting out there to new places. But then on the second point is, like, now we have this crisis going on, but things are going to get back to normal. It's going to be different. I mean, look at us now, right? We could have been doing this in person, but now we're on a Zoom call or whatever kind of call, you know what I mean? So, but it's still a great way to connect with people. And I think that traveling is the best thing that anyone can do out there. So, Christina, is there any way that people could reach you directly? Do you have a phone number?
Sure. I'm usually at the hotel Monday through Friday. We have been doing a little bit of a different schedule because of us being short-staffed, but please feel free to call me. My direct line is 772-692-6922, and you can reach me at extension 602.
Awesome. And if you want to actually tell them where you're located, because they might not know.
Sure.
This could be anybody in the world hearing this. So.
It's the Hampton Inn and Suites by Hilton. We're at the foot of the Roosevelt Bridge, and the address is 1150 Northwest Federal Highway, Stuart, Florida, 34994.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you guys have any questions for Christina, please feel free to give her a call. She's absolutely amazing. I've known her for quite a few years now, and she's super sweet, as you can tell. Thank you guys for joining me again for our Travel Tip Tuesday. We will be back again next week, and next week we're going to be talking about international travel. So it'll be very exciting. And thank you again, Christina, for joining.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And anybody who's watching this, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I have, a YouTube channel and also on Facebook. Make sure that you guys are staying up to date on the new videos. I post new videos every Saturday it's Sunday. Every Sunday at 12 p.m. And this Travel Tip Tuesday goes on every Tuesday at 6 p.m. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to direct them to Christina or me, or we can get in contact. All right. Thanks so much. Have a great Tuesday, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.